Well, after a while of reading comments and watching numbers, analytics numbers on the channel, one thing has become pretty clear to me. You guys want more tool restorations. Well, that's just fine with me. One of the things I love doing is restoring old tools because, for one, it brings something back from the dead, so to speak, something that was thrown out or discarded, brings it back into full use. Two, it brings back a tool that's better quality, most likely, than something that you would buy today. And it's something that you're doing yourself, and you're probably going to pay next to nothing for this tool that you're restoring. So, without further ado, I have a tool to restore. Now, if you've watched many of the videos, of the tool restoration videos, you may recognize this saw, because this saw went hand in hand with this jug of Marvel Mystery Oil. I got a little bit of blowback on the Marvel Mystery Oil about the fact that I didn't let it soak like I did the vinegar. So, we're going to rectify that. This old saw is one that I got at a yard sale or I don't know, flea market kind of deal, where a lady had a booth and she had two of these similar, and I gave her $10 for the both of them. I only wanted one of them, and I was going to give her $10 for it, and she said, well, just take them both for $10, and so I did. It's a good brand. It's EC Atkins. There were a few known names. Let's see if you can see that. See if it'll focus there. There were a few names in the handsaw business, and I certainly don't know all of them, but there are a few that are pretty quickly, easily recognizable. Diston and Atkins are two of them. So I figured this was worth $10 right off the bat. Now, what are the problems, the goods and the bads with this saw? The bads, that's got some rust. Okay. The horn here is broken. Truly, I have not found an old handsaw that didn't have one or both of these horns broken. I'm not entirely sure how to fix it just yet. It has been painted. I'm fairly certain that that's not original. I'm going to do a little bit more research. Well, no, I'm not. I just don't like it painted, so even if it was, it's not going to be when I'm done. And a little crack. There's a crack right here in the handle, which I don't really think is going to be a real big deal. There's also a bit of one developing here. So those are the bad parts of it. The good parts of it, it's straight as an arrow. It's not kinked. If you look down here, you can see all the teeth are pretty well in a row, which means that it hasn't been badly sharpened a bunch in the past. It doesn't really have much set left in it, but that's no biggie, because I think what I'm going to do is I think that I'm going to sharpen this saw with a fleam tooth to a crosscut pattern. Since I have plenty of rip cut saws, I'm going to actually see if I can make this one a crosscut. The first order of business is going to be to get this handle off of here. And I'm hoping that the screws are not rusted, which they don't appear to be. What do we got here? Ah, yes. Nice condition. Alright, this one's turning. Why is it turning? No. Well, the whole thing's turning. Let's see if I can put some pressure on it with my thumb. Alright, that one's going to be a problem. Let's see if we can get the medallion out. Nothing to it. That part. There we go. Look at that. Isn't that neat? Love checking out the old the old emblems and the old medallions on the old saws. There's a lot of history that you can learn about the medallions themselves. I don't know much about the E.C. Atkins medallions, but certainly on the Diston medallions, you can pinpoint the age of a saw down to, I don't know, most of them down to about a decade span just by looking at the medallions, because they changed little aspects of them as the company went on. And I suspect, I'll have to do a little looking, but I suspect the same is true for Atkins here. Okay, see how that wood is in there. Oh, it's a little dry. That's why it's cracked. Let's see, that one doesn't want to come out. Let's see about this guy. Yep, this one will come out. So just because I am who I am, it matters to me that these screws go back in the right position. I'm going to set them up in an order. That one came out of the bottom. We now have the medallion. And then we'll put the top one in. See if we can get this last holdout. Alright. Now, coincidental? I don't think so. But the one that's spinning is the one that has the crack in it. So, the way that these are set up, they're sort of a carriage bolt. Oh, always the focus. There we go. They're sort of a carriage bolt, right? You see that little square on the shank right there? So that goes and it snugs into the wood. You can kind of see the little indentions where the four corners went on the top one. So it snugs into the wood, and that's what holds it in place. So if this one's cracked, it's not holding it quite as tightly, and that's what's allowing it to spin. So that might be the key to getting it out. Alright, what I'm going to try to do here is clamp this so that it squeezes that crack together and holds on to that screw head. See if that works. Looked like it closed the gap on that crack a little bit, didn't it? You can feel it moving. Well, that didn't work. Okay, it's another try with the clamp, only a different method here. I have it clamping, pushing down on the head of the screw, but I have it clamped asymmetrically so I can still get to the head of it, or the other head of it, I guess, as it were. See if that does us any good. That's not it either. Alright, I think I have a winner of an idea to get this stubborn screw out. But while I was standing here pondering this, how to do it, it just struck me, just the beauty in this saw, the carving here. And I don't think that it's hand carved. It looks like it's probably pressed or stamped or something like that. But it's something that's always fascinated me is the intricate carvings on your old hand saws. And a lot of the old ones were actually hand carved. Now, most of them that you see, you'll find something like this. You'll find what looks like a wheatgrass pattern or something like that. That's pretty common. But this one here, I've not seen one with all this flowery pattern on there. It's kind of cool, kind of unique. All right, enough of that business. Let's get down to getting this screw out.
So what I need to do is I need to hold the screw head. I don't know, which side's the head? The head? The head? We need to hold this head in place while we turn that one. I don't want to bugger up the wood, and I really don't want to mess up the screw head, but we need some grip. We need to hold on to that. So here's my thought. Got an old mill bastard file that I'm going to clamp onto there. Now that screw head is a little bit proud. It sticks up just a little bit. So what I think is, when I clamp this down, that will grip it just enough to let me take it out. Okay, let's try it. Let's see how badly we marred up the head of it. Yeah, it touched it a little bit. That's alright. We'll get that shined up. Okay, now here's another one of those kind of nerdy things that I get such a charge out of. The steel beneath this handle hasn't seen the light of day for, I don't know, 75 or 100 years. So this is the first time that it's being exposed. And you're watching it right here on YouTube. Ready? Ah, that's what it looks like under there. Shiny. I like it. We're going to go ahead and set the blade aside. We'll come back to that in a little bit. But one of the things that I'm excited to find out is what this handle looks like with all that crusty, nasty paint removed. Yeah, let's give it a shot. As I'm spraying this on here, it occurs to me, I know that this handle was painted after the fact because there's a busted off part of the horn on the very bottom here, right in there, that it has paint in it. It wouldn't have paint in it if it had come like that.
So I was reviewing the video real quick while this saw handle's bubbling away here, and I've come to a realization. I think that if I continue down this road, if I show you guys what this saw handle looks like, this is going to be a 25-minute or a half-hour long video. And I don't think that that's really the way that we want to go. If I'm mistaken, you guys please tell me in the comments that it's okay to go longer, but I get the sense that it's not so much. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make you wait for it. The next part of the video will be up very shortly. I hope, I think, very shortly. And at that point, see what this saw handle turns out like. And we will also go ahead and take care of this. Got a little something special in store for this saw blade. So thank you for watching. I genuinely appreciate your time, and I hope that you'll stick around to see the next part of it. Click the thumbs up if you liked it. Click the thumbs down if you don't like it, but you know how it goes. If you click the thumbs down, you have to leave a comment and let me know why you clicked the thumbs down so that I can make the next video better for you. And subscribe, by the way. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And pass this on to a friend. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it on Instagram, share it on, I don't know, there's a million things out there you can share it on if you like it. That is, of course. Thanks again. I'll see you on the next video.